Hey everyone, I'm Patrick Dennis and welcome back to AI at Work. This channel is all about using AI practically in real business situations with prompts you can actually copy, paste, and use the same day. If that's new to you, I'm super glad you're here. If you've been following along, today's video is designed for you specifically because today I'm going to upgrade something. A few weeks ago, I shared 4 words on this channel that I said would make your AI prompts better immediately. Those 4 words were role, task, data, and output. A lot of you used it and the results were real. The messages I got told me it was working. But after running dozens of workshops and watching real teams use AI every day, I found a couple of gaps. 2 words were missing: context and constraints. Context is different from data. Data was about information you hand AI. Context is about your situation, the stakes, the background, what AI needs to understand about your world before it does anything useful. And constraints are the guardrails that stop AI going generic. Without them, AI fills in the blanks with assumptions. Your voice disappears. You get output that sounds like every other AI output out there. So today we'll be using 5 words instead of 4. Same foundation, 2 critical additions, noticeably better output. I'm going to show you 3 side-by-side examples so you can see exactly what changes. Are you ready? Then let's go. The original 4 words, role, task, data, output, worked, but data was way too narrow. It covered information you were handing the AI, but it missed the situation, the stakes, the context AI needs to understand your world. That's what context fixes. And output told AI what to produce, but not what to avoid. That's constraints. So now there's 5 words instead of 4. Role, context, task, format, and constraints, or RCTFC. Let's go through 3 examples. The old framework first, then upgrade, and you watch the difference. First example, sales follow-up email. Here is the old 4-word version. The role is sales professional. The task is write a follow-up email to a prospect who hasn't responded to my proposal. The data, proposal was for $6,500, sent it 5 days ago, no reply. The output, professional email. Let's go ahead and run that and see what comes back. Subject, quick follow-up on proposal. Hope your week is going well. I wanted to follow up on the proposal I sent over last week for $6,500. I know things move quickly and timing can shift depending on priorities and budget cycles. If helpful, I'm happy to walk through different ways to scope this so we can focus on the pieces that would deliver the most immediate value. If you have any questions or want a sanity check whether this still makes sense for your team right now, I'm available for a quick call this week. And if timing isn't right at the moment, just let me know and I can circle back when it's better aligned on your side. Not bad, better than a generic prompt, but it's functional. But nobody's excited to send that email. Now let's try the upgraded version. Same situation, but this time the prompt will use a 5-word framework instead of that old 4-word framework. So this time the role is you are a senior B2B sales consultant who closes deals through warmth and insight, not pressure. The context is I sent a $6,500 proposal to a 25-person accounting firm 5 days ago. No reply yet. On our last call, they mentioned budget was tight this quarter, but the problem we're solving is costing them more than the proposal every single month. The task is to write a follow-up email that reopens the conversation by reminding them of the cost of doing nothing without being pushy. The format: 4 sentences maximum, include a subject line, end with one specific easy question. Never say, just checking in. Never say, I hope this email finds you well. And don't mention the price in the email. Much more data around what it is that we want by using the 5-word framework. Let's go ahead and run that and see what comes back. The subject: a quick thought on the current gap you mentioned. More personal, more directed to the customer. Since we last spoke, I've been thinking about the tension you flagged around budget timing versus the ongoing friction in your current process. In situations like yours, the bigger cost usually isn't the project itself, but it's the steady monthly drain from letting inefficiencies continue. If it helps, I can map a lighter path that targets only the highest impact fixes for now. Would it be helpful if I put together a slimmed down version focused on quick wins first? The subject line alone is better than the entire first email. It leads with their pain, not my ask. And it doesn't include the 2 phrases that kill every follow-up email ever written. That's what context and constraints add. The old framework got me started. The new one gets me more replies. Let's move on to the next example, which is a weekly status update for a client using the old framework. Let's go ahead and plop in the prompt. So the role is a project manager. The task is write a weekly status update for a client. The data is the project is on track. We completed this discovery phase and starting the design next week. The output should be short, professional update email. Let's run that and see what comes back. Subject: weekly project update. Discovery complete, design starting next week. Quick update on progress this week. Everything remains on track. We've now completed the discovery phase, including stakeholder conversations and initial insights gathering. This has given us a clear, aligned foundation for the work ahead. Next week, we'll be moving into the design phase, where we'll begin translating the findings into initial concepts and visual directions. If anything new comes up on your side, in the meantime, feel free to send it over and we can easily fold it into the design process early. That email says nothing. It creates no confidence. It doesn't tell the client anything they actually care about. Now let's move on to the 5-word framework for the same request. Now, same request using the 5-word framework looks like this. The role is you are a senior project manager who writes client updates that build confidence and preempt questions before they're asked. The context is we're managing a brand refresh project for a 40-person financial services team. The client is detail-oriented and gets super anxious when they don't know what's happening. We completed discovery this week, 3 stakeholder interviews, a competitor audit, and a brand values workshop. Design kicks off Monday. Their CEO is presenting the new brand internally in 6 weeks. The task is to write this week's status update in a way that reassures them, shows clear momentum, and tells them exactly what to expect next week. The format: 3 short sections: what we did, what's coming, and one thing we need from them. Under 150 words, no bullet points, warm and direct. As far as constraints go, no, I hope you're having a great week. No, please don't hesitate to reach out. Don't use the word deliverables. Make it sound like a human wrote it and not a project management tool. Let's go ahead and run that and notice the difference between the 4-word prompt and the 5-word prompt. Look, it gave us our 3 sections just like we asked. What we did: we wrapped up discovery this week. 3 stakeholder interviews, a competitor audit, and brand values workshop. We now have a clear read on how the brand is currently perceived and where the biggest gaps and opportunities sit. What's coming? Design kicks off Monday. We'll start translating the strategy into visual directions and share early concepts next week so we can align on tone and direction ahead of the CEO's internal presentation in 6 weeks. One thing we need from you, please confirm if there's any upcoming internal announcements, leadership changes, or sensitivities we should keep in mind before we lock in early on design direction. The client reading that second email feels informed, confident, and like they're in good hands. The first one makes them wonder if anything is actually happening. Context gave AI the full picture. Constraints protected the voice. 2 additions, completely different result. Now for the last example, anyone who's ever tried to hire someone will feel this one, the sales role. Let's try the old framework first. Go ahead and plump in our HR prompt. Role is HR professional. The task is write a job description for a sales representative. The data is B2B sales role, base salary $55,000 plus commission, and full time. The output is the standard job description. Remember, this is the old framework. Let's see what we get back using the old framework. And it's not bad. Very generic job description. Won't read through the whole thing, but it's pretty good. Let's see how much better it will get using the new prompt framework, the 5-word framework for the same HR request. You are an HR director who writes job descriptions that attract driven, coachable salespeople, not just people who know how to fill out an application. The context is we are a 20-person AI consulting firm selling prompt engineering workshops and AI readiness assessments to SMB owners. Average deal size is $2,500. The sales cycle is short, typically 1 to 3 conversations. Our best reps are curious, love learning, and get energized by helping business owners solve real problems. We've had bad hires from people who were great at interviews but hated the consultative side of selling. The task is to write a job description that sounds like it was written by a founder who cares deeply about who joins the team, not an HR system generating a template. And that's kind of what we got out of the last prompt. Format, 1 punchy opening paragraph that speaks directly to the right candidate. What you'll do in 4 specific bullets. What we're looking for in 4 bullets focused on behaviors and mindset, not credentials. A short, honest closing under 300 words. The constraints, no results driven, no passionate about sales, no degree requirement, no competitive salary. Don't start with we are seeking. Makes someone who reads this feel like the company actually thought about who they want. Let's run that and see what comes back for our HR sales rep job description. Wow, I can already tell that this is much better. Let's read this one throughout. You are not looking for a sales role. You're looking for someone who actually enjoys stepping into a business owner's world, untangling messy problems, and turning we're not sure AI is for us into okay, show me how this works. This is a front row seat to the AI wave hitting real small and medium businesses. You'll sell $2,500 workshops and AI readiness assessments and conversations that move fast, feel human, and require real curiosity more than just polished scripts. If you like discovery calls, where you're half consultant, half translator, you'll feel at home here. What you'll do? Run short consultative sales conversations with SMB owners and help them clarify what they actually need. Turn curiosity into clarity. Map their workflows and spot where AI meaningfully helps. Guide prospects from first conversation to close in 1 to 3 touch points without any pressure tactics. Work closely with the team to refine messaging based on what you're hearing in the field. What we're looking for? You ask better questions than you answer. You like learning new tools, ideas, and industry faster than most people can keep up. You're comfortable not pitching so much as exploring and shaping a solution live. You take feedback lightly and adjust quickly without ego getting in the way. We've hired people who look great on paper and struggled here because they want a script, not a conversation. If that sounds like comfort, then this probably isn't your place. If it sounds like energy, then we should talk. Now, I say that's a great job description, much better than the standard boilerplate we got from the earlier prompt. The person reading that second job description either immediately thinks that's me or immediately knows it isn't. That's the goal. You want self-selection before the first interview, not after the third. Context told AI who we are. Constraints stripped out every cliche. 2 additions, completely different caliber of applicant. If you've been using the original 4 words, role, task, data, output, keep using them. They work. But add context before your task and constraints at the end and watch what changes. Context is the briefing. It tells the AI about your world, your situation, and what's at stake. Constraints are the guardrails. They protect your voice and stop AI defaulting to generic. 5 words: role, context, format, constraints. Same foundation, better output every time. I've got a free guide that breaks down all 5 parts with examples for every business role: sales ops, marketing, HR, finance, and leadership. Link is in the description. It's totally free. Use it how you will. If you found this useful, please follow and subscribe for daily prompts and practical AI content built for real business use. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a productive day. Peace.